Now, bless now, don't forget the rest now. Des Rocksteady at KOTP TV. That's King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Suffocation once again, Human Waste. This is supposedly an EP. It's got 8 tunes on it, so, you know, it's debatable in my personal opinion, but a lot of people call it an EP. Yeah, I listened to the debut LP, so to speak, completely bypassing this record purely down to the fact people called it an EP, but I've got, you know, not too much time tonight to get a little bit of recording done, so I thought, you know what, it's relatively short, less than 25 minutes, it makes sense, and I'm sure it's of quality. The artwork looks sick by default, so why not listen to some death metal and some very early Suffocation? We've got 8 tunes, it's entitled Human Waste, and let's not waste your time, people, let's jump straight in. So this one's Infecting the Crypts, come on. Death metal. You know what, I really like the production. The production's great. The production is what I'd like to hear a death metal band sounding like. We got a music video on this as well. Track number 2, Synthetically Revived. So this number's also on Effigy of the Forgotten. Potentially quite a few songs are. You know what? We're not going to do the demos. We're not doing Involuntary Slaughter and Reincarnation. We're just going to do the studio-produced tracks off of Human Waste. So 6 numbers. I guess it is an EP, more or less, with 6 tunes. Depends on the song length. The vocals are brutal as hell. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna do Deicide's Legion next as well, people. Heavy. That tom hit just blasted its way through. The snare is very unique sounding as well on this record. It sounds almost percussive. Sounds like you got that Slipknot head with the drum he hits. Come on. The best double kick sounds is where it's not so punchy and emphasized, but it sounds like it's just pattering away like what we heard there. I like that, I like that. Quite soft sounding. Come on. It's the outro. There we go, that was Infecting the Crypts. Synthetically Revived coming up next. The production on this is nice. Like I said, this is the sound I want a death metal band to sound like. I don't mind like high-tech quality production value. Like, better is better, really. I'm not too big a fan. Well, I'm not put off by, you know, studio magic. If it's pleasing to the ears, I'm enjoying it. But this is like low, grungy, good quality, but, you know, organic sounding death metal, and I like that. We've got Synthetically Revived coming up next with a music video. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Human Waste. We're only doing the 6 tunes. We're not doing the 2 demos on here. Without further ado, people, this is a music video, Synthetically Revived. 2 minutes 37, very short. Let's go. I don't know what to expect. Audio quality's not great on it. It is what it is. A young Frank Mullen here, I think. Relapse Records. It looks like Frankie Palmieri of a Muir in this. Actually, also Jamie Jaster, a little bit. Very frantic, this instrumental. He just dashes short his head. What did their vocals sound like in the newer stuff? Because top comment is I wish the vocals still sounded like this. That was such a budget music video. That was such a... I couldn't even call it on the music. The quality of the music wasn't great due to it just being, I don't know. You tell me why that wasn't. It's something to do with it being the video, wasn't it? But yeah, the audio wasn't worth commenting on as far as quality is concerned. It just sounded like death metal. The music video was not as adventurous as I thought it would be. It was just sort of like an action scene for the most part. Some of the expressions that were pulled were quite comical. But anyway, let's keep it moving. We've got Mass Obliteration coming up next. I think this was also on Effigy of the Forgotten, right? So hold on to your socks one moment. Yes, now, bless now. Nice brief one, people. We're listening to Human Waste. This is track 3 of 6. It's entitled Mass Obliteration. I think this was on Effigy of the Forgotten. You know, song titles just sort of skip my mind. When it comes to metal music, you know, on some bands that are consistent, such as Suffocation, such as like the death metal bands, generally speaking, they have such a consistency. They don't really divert off of the general sound from time to time. So as far as remember it song by song, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's easier said than done, in all fairness. This is track number 3. Let's go. Yeah, I think I remember this one. I really like the intro of this one. This was like a complete break from the rest. It just kicked into the hardcore punk intro for some reason. Better than Cannibal Corpse. Crazy vocal phrasing there. Or should I say lyrical phrasing? Them pinch harmonics quite minute, but great squealies there. Come on. What tuning was this band in? D standard? It's a heavy band. Not heavy in the, you know, general sense, but just quite a crushing sound for the most part. Even the, you know, don't matter what riff they're playing, dum, dum, it feels like they're almost somewhat behind the beat at times. Come on. That's heavy. Quite an abrupt ending once again. Yeah, we go through all of the tempos, and no matter what tempo we in, the band still manages to be super heavy. I don't know if that's just because we're riffing down at the lower end of the fretboard or what consistently. If it's a production thing or if it's a tuning thing. But yeah, we're not messing around. We're not messing around. We've got Catatonia coming up next, alright? Not to be mistaken with BB King's Catadonia, if that's what that's titled. Bless now, don't forget the rest now. We're listening to Human Waste. Little bit greasy tonight, people. I thought I'd join you Grebos, join you metalheads, and experience life as once was. This one is Catatonia. Let's go. Come on. Up. Aaron Rose says the first... Well, he was incorrect because Bitsweet said the first song they wrote. This is the first song Suffocation wrote. Heavy. Thrash. No comment. It's a good effort for the first song they wrote together, right? How old were they when they wrote this music? How old was Suffocation on their debut? They definitely put a couple of quid together to get the artwork sorted, because the artwork is very cool. Very cool. Come on. Orchard Enterprises. Yeah, do you know what I think? What I wonder, what I ponder to myself. So the Suffocation logo is there on the artwork, and the artwork's very unique and original. So how in 91 did they get the logo onto the artwork? This sounds like a complete naive question. I apologize if you know the answer and you're like, what is he on about? How did they get the Suffocation logo on the record artwork through the 90s? As it is and as it should be. Does the artist just do their art and apply their own interpretation of the logo onto the record, trying to keep as strict to the original as possible? Or is there some sort of technology involved? This is the early 90s. I don't know. Somebody want to let me know that? We got Jesus Wept coming up next, alright? This track was on the full length, I think. Let's keep moving. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Suffocation, Human Waste, alright? We bypassed this to get straight to Effigy of the Forgotten, so I think it's worthwhile popping back and checking this out. Jesus Wept, let's go. I think we heard this one on Effigy of the Forgotten. Come on. Thrash. Some noodling with the bass guitar there. Yo, we're waltzing here. Nice little waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's very low to the ground. Melodically speaking, harmonically speaking, we've got near to none of that going on. We're just low to the ground, low denominator, primitive. Whoa. Very bass heavy. That was Jesus Wept. Ignorance. Ignorance. I think they work best in that thrash metal space, to be honest with you. That's my favourite style of Suffocation. I mean, when they want to be heavy, they can be really heavy, but the whole frantic aspect of it, I guess that's just my perspective on death metal as a whole. I'm not too fussed on the whole frantic sort of side of things. Let's finish this record off. We've got Human Waste, which is the last track, the title track, and the shortest track. Des Rocksteady, King of Pit TV, Human Waste. Let's not waste any time. Come on. Last track of the record, the self-titled. I'll do an overview, a rating of this record after this, so we can have a little discussion. We'll start with a sample, which is very surprising. Hellraiser, apparently. Tight. Very tight. Come on. Hard. That was best bit that. There we go, Human Waste. That was the self-titled track off of the record. We're not going to listen to these additional demo tracks. And that's it. I mean, that was the tightest track off of it, to be honest with you. The guitar licks were fantastic. Very tight indeed. And I'm very pleased with the song length for that one. I think that's all I needed as far as song length. Didn't want to finish it off with a 17-minute epic, you know what I mean? So I'm signing out. I'm going to do a little overview of this record. We'll talk about it and we'll go into a bit of depth. As much depth as I can sort of muster. I'll see you on the flip side, people.